Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Eve Echoes. Tonight on the show, well, there's plenty to talk about. Sovereign just managed to get some information, along with Nina, regards to the insurance system. Now, some of the information was already known, some of it I suspected already, and some of that was pretty much baffling, but it's all to a fair point, and I encourage you all to get into his channel and check out that video, because he managed to talk to Exile, which is the N-word last stop, by the way. Exile is the senior producer of the Eve Echoes game, and they basically explained how the insurance system works in details with formulas and math and all that. Finally, we got some information, and I'm really happy about it, even though some of the information is a bit upsetting, but all in all, I can tell you this: the sync holes that are supposed to be in-game in regards to ISK and Plex are meant to prevent cash infusion or generation of wealth, just because in a near future, when a new player will be joining, he might be waking up to some immense prices. So yeah, the skimming of Plex from the insurance system is actually a good and a bad thing. It's a double-edged sword, but do check that video out. It's got lots of information, and I hope a lot of the stuff that was not clarified will be clarified now. Of course, the developers are also aiming in improving the insurance system in future updates, so this does not end here. So it's going to be interesting to see where this develops. Also today, we get to announce the winners of the past week's community question of the week. And the past week's question was, what would you do to fix armor tanking? And let's see what random.org got in store for us today. And first winner is Ryan Foster with the comment: the amount of armor repaired from a wrap should be increased, as well as the adaptive armor should make it so less damage would be dealt to the ship than what already occurs now, and just to overall improve most things that have to deal with armor tanking, because when you compare it to a shield tank, the shield tank will be better. Right now, yes indeed it is. Hopefully the armor tanking will receive a much needed balance. We don't know if this will be coming in stages, or if this entire dump of balance will be held just in, I think it was May or June, or the end of April. Somewhere along that, you can check the developers' roadmap in the Trello, and they basically said in a high level what they when are they going to do stuff, but not exactly what are they going to balance out. Moving on to our second winner of today, Frank Champagne Jr. with the comment: a simple numeric balance should be made to both to make them equivalent. Raise the shield resistances, lower armor, and balance the amount of wrapping versus boosting equivalent to cap costs. Make them the same overall, with specific bonuses to those ships that benefit from specific types of repair. This is also an interesting approach. So mostly what to improve or what to do to balance out the armor tanking and to make it better so it's competitive against shield tanking is split into two sides. The first one will be to actually give the armor resistances and improve the armor HP that is being repaired by the armor wrapper, or lowering the shield stats. And on the other side, we have just bringing them all together to the same flat line. So they're pretty much the same thing, but they work differently. Like one rep's armor and the other one rep's shield resistances should be the same, but you just tank on a different bar. Now, both sides are very interesting, but it's going to be fun to see exactly how the balance will be carried out in terms of fixing the armor tanking. Congratulations to our two lucky winners. Please leave a comment below with your in-game name and your character ID so I can send you the prizes. Thanks to all who participated in this week's giveaway. And please, if you won in the past weeks and you did not get the prize, basically the developers were on vacation. So please leave a comment below if you did not get the prize yet. But the community manager Joseph basically assured me that after they came back from holidays, every single winner was given his prize. So please check your in-game email, because, or also check your character sheet, because most likely you've received the prize. And thank you all for that and for participating. Also, stick around until the end of the video, because we will be having yet another giveaway of 2 Mega Combo clones, of course, with another community question of the week. Moving forwards, the developers have also released this week's Developers Q&A. So we have the weekly Q&A from 17 February to 23 February. The first question was: the new insurance system has led to significant drops in prices on the market, and nullsec players are among the hardest hit. Is there any plan to modify the system? And Annie Lance replied: the primary goal of the insurance system is to prevent gameplay from being interrupted due to expensive ship losses. We care a lot about the new system's impact to existing mechanics, and we are closely monitoring data related to the market, industry and ship compensation. Updates are being made based on all of the data and feedback received. Currently, we're working towards 1, increasing number of buy orders created from the insurance system, and number 2, integrating insurance with manufacturing within corporations to improve the economy and interaction within corporations. So these are basically some of the future updates that we will be seeing in regards to the insurance system. Also, as I mentioned before, please check out Sovereign's video about the insurance system mechanics and what the developers said and what the formulas are and how it actually works. It makes so much sense now. Next question: are there plans to make ship fittings easier to view from a ship hangar? I have several ships that are the same type but fitted for different jobs, so currently there's no way to identify which ship is which. To which N.E. Chillum replied: we understand and want to make it easier to identify ships for players, and so we will add the ability to rename ships in the near future. This, by the way, opens an entire new Pandora's box in regards to what players might come up with in terms of weird names or even offensive names. We don't know if that's going to be punished or not, but either way, in the near future, you'll probably start seeing ship names named as Sun or Star, or even Asteroid Belt or Angel Anomaly. Anyway, the naming of ships surely helps, and especially with the inventory, basically a bunch of ships that are pretty much the same, and whenever I want to jump in one specific ship that has some specific fit, I have to scroll through each of them because I have no fucking clue which one is the one I need. The best way to do it now, until this happens, by the way, is to leave a specific item inside each ship. It could be something generic, like a shitty module. Why? Because you would know what is that ship for. So good thinking leads to less time wasted. Next question: will there be a place in the game where players can share thoughts and opinions about different modules? We are designing a system that will enable players to leave comments on specific items and gameplay mechanics. More details will be shared later. Also from Nessy's Chillum: this is something new. I don't think this was ever introduced in EVE Online, to be able to leave comments or feedback on items or modules or even ships that other players might be able to see, or I don't know, have them make an impression based on, let's say, player reviews of those items. That might be interesting. I'm curious to see where this will lead. And last question: any more information about exploration mechanic? Will there be any ship related to it? We are excited about exploration and scanning, and will share more details in a dev diary in the near future. Oh, goody. Exploration is coming, by the way. Also, that implies scanning is also going to be arriving on EVE Echoes, so please be aware you will be scanned in the near future and hunted down in low sec and null sec. So the safe spots that you can do with bookmarks now are still safe for the time being. Another topic that we'll be covering in today's video is I would like to do a social experiment. And if you guys know, I have been in a difficult kind of situation financially and I don't know, work related. My wife lost a job and, well, sort of with 1 foot in the gutter. But Just to add insult to injury, because I was so tired, I basically found myself with no ships and no is because I just kept falling asleep and dying to anomalies and to NPCs. Horrendous. But to my surprise, a lot of people came to my aid, and there's a couple of persons that I would like to give a special shout out to because they're acts of kindness, and basically, I know, even if it's low-level friendship, it's something that I did not expect. Sam's Few basically sent me a prophecy, just as an act of kindness, and I thank Sam's Few very much for that. The second one, which I would really love to send a shout out to, and this one kind of baffled me, Tom Boyvin actually sent me a Dominix, a fully fitted Dominix. I did not expect that. When he asked me if I would like a Dominix, I just replied, well, I kind of managed to pull myself out of the hole by doing a, we showed a video with the Vexer. I managed to finish a Tech Level 10 story and managed to get some ISK and managed to get back on my feet. I kind of basically just refused a lot of the incoming donations. Basically, I wouldn't want to profit from people that, I don't know, see me in distress. I'm okay now. It's okay. I'm better. But these acts were amazing. I basically replied to him asking how much would the Dominix costs, and he basically just contracted me the entire thing. And I was just baffled. And this basically leads me to something that I want to do, the social experiment that I was talking about. Because, as we progress throughout the ages, we tend to get to be a better person. Each of us is so much more than we once were, in terms of how we think, in terms of how we feel, and in terms of how we treat each other. So, given the fact that I have received so much, I want to do the same. I want to perpetuate the same act of kindness that other people showed me when I was in a very, very low and shitty situation. So I'm sure all of you guys have items or ships that you're no longer using. You've moved on, you've progressed to, I don't know, an advanced ship, a battle cruiser, an oracle, tornado, and even a battleship, and you've got plenty of stuff that just sit there in your hangar. You don't want to sell them because, I don't know, maybe they mean something to you. That was your first ship, it's still there, it's still alive, you managed to pull yourself through tech level 4 with it. And so, because I'm moving on to other ships and other stuff, I would like to give away the prophecy that I received from Sam's Fu. It's one act of kindness propagated and perpetuated to you guys. And basically I just scrolled through the comments and kind of found someone that I would like to give this ship to. I would like to give my prophecy to David Valentini. He mentioned, I've been wanting to get my hands on a prophecy for that reason, and drones are really good on DPS. The only thing is I haven't gotten it yet because I have no battle cruiser skills yet. I don't know what tech level he is, but I think he is in need of a battle cruiser. Maybe he has ISK, maybe he can afford it, but I'm going to give this prophecy to David Valentini, and if he doesn't need it, I encourage him to do the same. If it's something that it's not helping him that much, I encourage him to pass it on to somebody else. To give you the best example, when I received all this stuff, I could have just went on the market, be greedy as fuck, and put them there up for sale, and, I don't know, bathe in wealth. Yet I didn't. I chose not to. Because I know that a lot of people, either casual or hardcore, that can be in shitty situations. Real life happens to all of us. Not many of us have time to spend so much time in the game farming or doing all sorts of stuff. We all have workplaces, we all have kids, or some of us don't, but everyone has other things to do aside from sitting in game and farming. So David Valentini, please accept this gift. Please leave a comment below with your in-game name and character ID so I can send you the prophecy via contract. And the social experiment that I want to encourage you all to do is, please leave a comment below what ship you would like to send to other people. And if you're a pilot in need of a ship, maybe you just lost everything, maybe somebody scammed you and you've learned your lesson, leave a comment below with your story and a little something that might help you pull yourself up. And I encourage everyone that wishes to fulfill a wish and to help that player, if you have the item, if you have and you don't need it anymore, it's sitting in your inventory, reach out to him, try to engage in conversation and basically help a friend in need. And if you do have stuff that's sitting in your inventory, you can leave a comment below with a ship that you like to send to somebody who is in need of another ship. Eve and New Eden is a harsh place indeed, but that doesn't mean that us people should abandon the ways that make us human. And now that we've reached the final section of this video, we're going to start a new community question. We're going to have yet another 2 Mega Combo clones ready to give out in the next week's giveaway for 2 randomly picked winners. We will be announcing them next week. And the community question of the week for this giveaway that we're starting right now is, what do you think about frigates? Yep. The frigates, the flimsy tech level 2 and 3, the ones that you flew at the beginning of your character creation. They should have a role in the game, yet, as everyone progresses, those ships are left to forgetfulness and oblivion. No one flies the basic stuff, and even though they should have some sort of power in the game, some specific role that they could, I don't know, fulfill. The only things that you can see right now are basically interceptors and interdictors and everything from cruisers and up. Frigates have been forgotten. What do you think about them? How should they be rebalanced, or how should they be reintroduced, or some, I don't know, game mechanic event, something for the player base to enjoy flying frigates, or at least give them some roles that players might wield frigates still and play an important role in New Eden's society. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you think and participate in the giveaway. That's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. A very big shout out to my channel supporters, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.